You can fucking do it.
Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Laura. I am a bikini competitor. I've just finished my first season in the UK. I did the PCA First Timers on the 20th of March and I won my category. And then I did the UK UP Southern Championships on the 10th of April and I placed 4th and 5th. And then I competed in the in the Two Bros Trained by JP Nutrition Cup, which was the 16th of April. And I placed 3rd in the open class, tallest one. So this video is going to be highlighting why I have chosen not to compete in PCA Universe, which is coming up on May the 15th. For those of you who know me and have followed, especially on Instagram, because I have been quite quiet on YouTube, will understand and realise why maybe a little bit more than others. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, then grab me on @LauraTippettBussy for lots more updates than you get on here. At the minute, anyway, I will be back furiously on YouTube now that I'm going into an improvement season. So to be honest, the reason that I'm not doing the Universe is because I'm just not in the headspace for it anymore. The last 4 weeks of prep, so coming from winning the first show till doing the Two Bros show, were absolutely horrendous. I really struggled in terms of mindset to get myself into the correct headspace to carry on being on such low calories, and I just didn't have my head in the game. Basically, High School Musical 2 style. I was going to get your head in the game. You gotta get you. I can't remember which one it's from. I'm sorry, Tom. But yeah, my head just wasn't in the right place to be continuously starving myself, which is essentially what I was doing 2 hours of cardio a day, trying to keep up with the social pressures that I had. I just couldn't do it to myself anymore. And I knew that to be on prep, you have to have the mindset, because a lot of it is a mental game. You have to be willing to give up everything. And I just couldn't do it anymore. My relationship was suffering because I was being a bitch. My degree was suffering, and it's not like I could just kind of step away from it. I found myself binging on things. The cravings were getting like unbelievable. I would sit and eat like half a loaf of bread and then obviously like not know what to do with myself. I was slacking on cardio. Okay, so I basically just started ranting, and I realized that I need to kind of like formulate where this video is going so it doesn't just sound like I'm just talking at you. So I've started to make a little list of reasons so that I can try and bring it back some kind of order here, like order. So the first reason I've got on the list is diet. So basically I was on a deficit. I mean, I still am, because obviously we're reversing out. I don't know where my maintenance is at the minute, but I was in a severe deficit for, 6 months. And that is difficult. That is so difficult. You have to have the willpower to want to do it in the first place, the willpower not to break. And you've seen my videos, like I was fucking on point with my diet up until about a month before show. I was really on point. I was, as you should be, as you really should be. I was weighing everything to the fucking gram. I did not break at all. If anything, I probably went too hard too early, which is something that me and my coach have definitely agreed, is I took the plunge too quickly, which is why my weight really went stagnant at the end. It's because my body was just like, what the fuck are you doing? I just took it too far too quickly. So yeah, that's one of the main reasons that I know that, or I knew, something's got to give here. I can't do another 26 days like this, because I was getting into this weird binge cycle of, doing 4 days perfectly and then eating half a loaf of bread, or, sitting there and eating Biscoff spread out of the tin, the whatever, the jar. I've still got prep brain. And it just wasn't okay. And it wasn't like I was looking at food and being like, oh yeah, I fucking need it. But it was just like the stupid little things like bread, as I said the whole way through, if you watch my videos. Excuse me, I just wanted pizza all the time. That's like the thing I wanted: pizza, cake, bread, stodge, basically. All the fucking carbs. And so, yeah, I knew that when I started to go a little bit south in terms of food, I was like, okay, I need to do something about this. So yeah, I needed a diet break desperately needed a diet break. And to be honest, I probably could have kept going if you know, with food wise, I could have probably done it. I wasn't, you know, it was past being unenjoyable though. It was just painful, to be honest. So that's reason number one. Reason number two, I've just put love the gym. So the reason that I started competing because I love the gym. I don't go to the gym because I want to compete, if that makes sense. So because I like the gym, I was like, fuck it, let's do a competition. I don't want to have to sacrifice my enjoyment of training to continue competing. That's not to say I've quit competing, because I definitely have not, and we'll get onto that later. I fucking love competing, but I fucking love the gym. And when I started to resent the gym and resent going to the gym, and it became like a real chore for me, that's when I was like, okay, something's going on here as well. And you know, the reasons are starting to pile up. Not only did I stop enjoying the gym, I actually stopped working out properly, and sometimes doing it properly altogether, as you saw, like, or if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen a lot more of this. I would just bail on workouts altogether, and that's not me. Like, we all know I hate training legs. However, like, I would do like 3 sets, even if I was training with Fulvio, I'd be like, I'm not doing it anymore. He'd be like, why? And I was like, because I fucking hate it. I just don't want to. I do not want to. I cannot be bothered. And it was because I was so fatigued, so fucking broken. And so like that, on top of doing exercises that I don't enjoy, aka like squats, I was just like breaking down mentally. I was like, fuck it, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And he'd be like, okay, well, where do we go from here? You know, so it was that as well. I love chucking heavy shit around, and I needed to do some of that. I wasn't getting any like joy or, you know, that big hormone rush of like, yes, when you finish a fucking banging workout. It was just a case of like sometimes trying not to cry. The other day I went in to do leg day, and I literally did 3 RDLs and was like, fuck it, I'm not doing it anymore. And I didn't do any more. I did my cardio and that was it. And then I'm thinking to myself, like, you fucking United State, because you've just bailed on doing the thing that you love the most, and you should enjoy your workouts. And I wasn't enjoying them. And so I thought, how the fuck am I going to do another 25 days of this? Because it's only going to get worse. I know it gets worse. And why am I going to put myself through that when I don't have to? Like, this is a choice. I've said it the whole time. Doing this is a choice. It's a privilege. And I don't want to take, you know, I don't want to ruin that for myself if I want longevity in the sport. I'll get back to that as well, hopefully. Next on the list, love your friends. I've been out with my friends maybe once, twice. I'll probably count on my hand how many times I've been out with friends since I started prep in November. I went out with them a couple of times over Christmas when I went home, and I literally had 1 night off, aka got pissed 1 night. Classic Laura, got fucking horrendous Christmas Eve, as I always do, and then I'm too hungover to function Christmas Day because I hate Christmas. Different story for another time. But apart from that, like, I've not done anything, and I've been extremely selfish. And obviously, bodybuilding is a selfish sport, and people that are close to you will know that and understand that, and you know. But I really did kind of like take it out on my boyfriend a lot. For example, I wasn't a particularly nice person to him a lot of the time because my hormones were just fucked, and I didn't want to do anything. So he bore the brunt of a lot of my misery. Unfortunately, pros and cons of being, you know, loved up and, you know, all that jazz. So yeah, just like loving the people around you. They weren't getting any enjoyment out of me, and I wasn't getting any enjoyment out of them. So, you know, it's a two-way street, and, you know, there's only so long that people should and can put up with your misery before, you know, you stop getting invited out, or they stop checking in because it's, you know, all right, yeah, you're fucking miserable, but like, you know, it's not all about you. Talk about something else, basically. And I felt myself withdrawing because I didn't have anything to say, really, because all I'm doing is the same shit, and I don't really like boring people that aren't in the fitness industry with fitness stuff because it's not fucking interesting to them, is it? And I found it really difficult to socialise because like all I'm thinking about is the food, or like, oh my God, I need to go to the gym, or people trying to constantly press you into eating, like, oh, just have a little bit of this, have a little bit of that. And it's like, nah, fuck no, like, nah. So yeah, a social break as well as like my friends and family, as well as for me. And yeah, I do want to just enjoy a bottle of wine and a takeaway with Ike. Like, we haven't done that in so long, and we don't see each other enough as it is, and I miss him, and I miss spending, like, just doing shit like that with him. Like, you know, we did do other things, but, you know, towards the end, I haven't got the energy to go out for like a 15-mile walk like we like doing. You know, I can't be away from the gym because I have to go and I have to work out every day. You know, we can't go stay in nice hotels and spas like we like to do every now and again. We can't live our lives, and it's hard. It's hard. That's the reality of it. It's hard. You have to sacrifice a lot. You have to sacrifice a lot, and other people around you have to sacrifice a lot, and there's only so long you can expect people to do that, especially when you're not in the right headspace as well. One thing I should probably say as well is, like, it was getting very confusing with the placings I was getting. So, you know, when you're hearing from like actual IFBB pros and renowned coaches, you know, if I was judging that show, I would have put you first, and I don't understand why they didn't go for your look. It was hard to work so hard and not place after, especially after becoming first in your first show. Like, the pressure to perform is up here, and I really, really did feel the pressure to carry on doing really well. And I'd be lying to say I wasn't disappointed with getting third and getting fourth and getting fifth. Then that's not to take away from the girls that came above me, because that's not what I'm about. I'm not a sore loser at all, but it's more the confusion event than anything, really, of like, well, what the fuck is wrong with my look? I know I was quite lean, and I was very muscular, actually, to be fair. For bikini, I have a lot of dense muscle, and in most shows I would say I was the most muscular. I'm not saying that's even necessarily a good thing. And it does make me consider whether I'm even built for bikini realistically, if it fits in with my gym goals. I love lifting heavy shit, and maybe bikini isn't the division for me. Maybe I need to go up to figure. That's also something that I'm thinking about. You know, where do I sit? Do I even sit in a category? Do I want to change my workout style and my fitness goals to fit a division? You know, next on the list, I've put love yourself. So I was starting to fall out of love with the thing that I love the most, which is the gym. And I want to stay in the sport for a long time. I would love to get a fucking pro card. Like, let's go. Let's fucking go. But there's no point if I don't fucking love it, you know? Like, why am I flogging myself for what? Like, oh great, I got a pro card, but I don't fucking care because I didn't want it, you know? Or I did want it, but I didn't enjoy the process. The whole point is the process. And like, a pro card is, yeah, a great goal to have, but you've got to enjoy what you're doing, especially when you're spending like 2.5, 3 hours in a gym every day. It's the same with being stuck in a job that you don't enjoy, you know? And there's always something you can do. And I, like, just, why are you doing it if you hate it? Why? No one's forcing you to do it. No one's forcing me to do Universe, are they? And as much as I love and want to do it, I've got to evaluate the reasons, like my reasons why. Was I doing it because other people expected me to do it? Was I doing it just because I've been invited and fuck it? Was I doing it because it was what I wanted or what I felt other people expected of me? You know, when you really like look deep into it like that, and you think like, are my reasons genuine? Was I doing it for the Instagram likes? What the fuck's going on? Listen to yourself. I've kind of covered love for the sport. I was falling out of love with the sport because I was putting too much pressure on myself to be perfect, and that was in turn like ruining my psyche. I was struggling to look at myself and like be objective, because, you know, when you're that lean, your body changes every day and you're like, oh, is this right? Is that right? You know, you get into this whole vicious cycle in your head. You can't think rationally, and that's why it's so important to have people on your team that can pull you back in and be like, grow the fuck up. And I wasn't looking after myself properly at all. I wasn't performing on placement or keeping up with my uni work. I've not failed anything, and certainly haven't failed anything, but, you know, my priorities were starting to slip. So I wasn't loving myself. I wasn't putting my like biological needs first. I haven't had a period in this year. Sorry, there's a fly there and I feel like I just went really cross-eyed. I don't see my friends and family, and I just thought like I need to have a little break from this lifestyle. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stop vlogging, and I hope that you guys are all interested in watching me getting absolutely fucking tanked, because I literally can't wait. But I am done with prep now. I finished my prep 25 days early, whatever, no universe. However, plans, let's talk plans, competing plans, personal goals for this year. So I'm going to graduate in a couple of months, and I've applied for my job as a newly qualified midwife, and I'll hopefully be starting that September time. September, October. I need to make sure I get all of my placement hours. I am going to be competing in the British finals, the PCA British finals.